to my channel. If you are new here, I am Evetta, the owner of Evetta Made It Graphics and Marketing, your favorite graphic designer, Canva coach, and soon to be Photoshop coach. Okay, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's get right into this video. Alright, so in today's video we are going to be working in Photoshop. I went to create a digital flyer, obviously by the thumbnail, you already know. A digital flyer in Photoshop. If you haven't seen my Starbucks on Me flyers, I want to create that, but for Dunkin'. You know, everybody's not a Starbucks girl. Some people like Dunkin', you know. So we're going to create a flyer for Dunkin' Donuts. These flyers are used as like if you want to treat your followers or clients or somebody to free coffee, free donuts on you. You just place a gift card barcode on the flyer and post it. That way they can take it to whatever location they want to go to and get them a free drink or a free treat. So let's get into it. First of all, you're going to open up Photoshop. You know, when you bring up Photoshop, it asks you what size and everything you want. This will be basically Instagram flyer size. I like to use 2000 by 2000 pixels instead of the 1080 by 1080. To me, it makes the quality a little bit better, but you don't have to use 2000 by 2000. You can do 1080 by 1080 and you'll still get the same. I always leave my resolution on 300. Since this is going to be on the computer, I really don't bother the color mode. The background, we're just going to leave it white. We're going to cover it up anyway. And then I'm just going to hit create. Please keep in mind that I am not a professional Photoshop designer, whatever. This is just my way, how I learned, how I taught myself how to do graphics using Photoshop. Alrighty. So first things first, I want to add another artboard. Y'all know I like to do my extra boards to keep all my other stuff on. So what I'm going to do is come up here to layer, and I'm going to go to new layer and then artboard. This right here will be naming the artboard that we already have. So I'm just going to leave it at artboard 1. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to go back into layer and do a new artboard. And artboard 2, which will be, well, this is probably where we're going to do the design, and I'll just put the extra stuff over here. Either way, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what I want to do is go ahead and create my color palette. So I'm just going to grab make two rectangles. Okay, that's one. And then I'm just going to copy and paste a second one. Okay, so what I did was press the Alt key and just drag, and it created a second, well, now a third square. All right, I have no idea what colors I want to use for this design, so let me pick out some colors real quick and I'll be right back. Then drop them drawers. I know what you are. I ask myself, is this shit real? I contemplate. So what I just did was grab the Dunkin' Donuts logo from Google. I'm going to steal these colors from here instead of trying to find different ones. So I'm just going to select this box first. Go to fill over here under appearances. And I'm going to click the color palette, and you see the dropper tool. All I have to do is go over one of the colors and it'll select the color for me. Hit OK and it changes. Select the next box and do the same thing. Under appearance, you're going to hit fill, color palette, get your dropper and just hover over the next color. No, click. Don't hover, click, because if you don't click it, it's not going to come up. Click the next color, hit OK, and now we have our colors for the design. This is not transparent, so I'm going to make it smaller and move it out my way. I might use it, I might not, but I do want it for just to keep it just in case. Okay, so now let's get into our design. I think I want to do gradient. I love my gradients. So what I'm going to do is click on the artboard that we will be actually designing on, and I'm going to put a rectangle over this white background. So I'm just going to click the rectangle tool and then drag across the entire artboard. And you see that it feels black. We're going to go over here under appearance, click fill, and then there's a gradient option right here. And just click on that. And then right now we have black to white. So this is the bottom of the flyer, and then this is the top part of the flyer. We just click on that bar, and then right here it makes it allows us to change the colors. So we don't want black, we want the colors that we chose. So you just click down here on color, and it brings up the same color palette and the dropper tool. So I'm gonna, I think, do pink at the bottom like that. Hit OK, and then do the top one the same way. Click here, open the color, and then you get your dropper tool. Oh, that is so pretty. I love those colors. Okay, so with the gradient, you can add colors in between here as well. Like if you want to add like a blue or something, I guess. And you can play with the gradient and make adjustments to it. I rarely use this because it always turns out looking crazy, so I try not to mess with it. But yeah, another thing that you can do is change what type of gradient it is. Like this one is linear to where you have black, gray, white. You can also make it radial, which is a circle. You have the black, the gray, and the white. We have an angle, which is whatever that is. That is hideous. I guess if you play around with it, it'll probably look better. But yeah, reflected. I like the reflected one as well. You see, it's basically black, gray, and white, and then it reflects black, gray, and white. And then you have a diamond. I like that one too. I haven't used this one before, but it is cute. So I'm going to go back to linear and do my colors again because I don't know what I did. Nope. Pink at the bottom. And orange at the top. All right, let's get it. Okay. So I am going to grab some donuts that I found on Google. I did get two, but I don't know if I'm going to use both of them, but I'm just going to bring both of them in. I knew it was going to go over there. Okay. So this is just a donut, a chocolate iced donut with sprinkles. And then this is one too, but it has like the little bite on it. And I think that's the one I want to use. This is so cute. Okay. So what I'm going to do is rotate it. Okay. And just place it. I have an idea, but I don't know. See, I want it to be like this. Kind of. I think that's too big for like the quality of the photo. So maybe not. Let's see. I don't know. I kind of like it. Okay, I may not keep a shadow on this donut, but I do want to walk through how to add shadows in Photoshop. So right here we have the layer where the donut is. What you're going to do is just double click on it and bring up a menu. It has a bunch of different options. And drop shadow would be the shadow option, of course. And if you saw, it placed a shadow behind the donut. I'm going to turn it off so you can see. That's without the shadow and that's with the shadow. And I think I do want the shadow. So right here, you just play around with the opacity and everything like that. So if I change stuff, it won't, I can just Control Z and it go back. So in the drop shadow options, you can change the opacity, you know, make the shadow lighter. You can make it solid. Ooh, I'm not a solid shadow person, but I actually like how that looks. You could change the distance, how far it is from the product. You can change the spread. And as you can see, it's just like gradually moving. And then you can change the size of it, which looks a hot mess, but just wanted to show you. But those are like the options for drop shadow. I'm gonna hit cancel so it goes back to where it was. And yeah, I think I want to use that one. Okay, so now we want to get into our text. So it's gonna be Dunkin' on Us. And I found a Dunkin' font. This is not it, but if you go over here under character, this is where you can go through all of your fonts. There's also a option up here where you can change it as well. So the font is actually called Dunkin'. I googled Dunkin' font and it gave me like fonts that'll look like it, but then there was an option to just download it straight from I think it was thefont.com. I'll put the link to the font in the description, but it's actually called Dunkin'. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get that one. So Dunkin', and then apostrophe is so cute. All right, and as you can see, mine is not capitalized like the logo is. So what I'm gonna do is just select it and then come over here in this character menu box and press this option right here, and it'll make all the letters capital. I love it. I love it. So I want to resize this. All right, and what I'm going to do is make sure it's centered on the artboard. And move this out of the way. Make sure it's centered on the artboard by selecting it, and then you'll see these options are highlighted, and just hit center and it'll move over. This cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. What I'm going to do is just copy this one. And like I said earlier, I just hit Alt and click and drag, and it'll make another one. And then we're going to put it on us. Why is that spaced out so much? Okay, so I want to fix this spacing right here, and I think I can do it. Highlight these two. Okay, yeah. All right, so all I did was highlight the letters that I wanted to move closer. Come over here to the character box, and right here where it says VA, that is letter spacing. And I just scrolled down on the mouse, and it changes the spacing. And you can scroll up. Wait, up makes it closer, down spreads them apart. But that's what that is for. That is letter spacing. Okay. It's always something. I'm always doing something. All right. Why is this closer? Okay. There we go. I'm just going to center that one. And then, I don't know what color I want it. I think I want to put a white stroke around the letters, which I should have did before I copied it, but yeah. So I'm just going to click on Dunkin', and we're going to double click over here in the layers area and bring up that same menu that we did drop shadow on. But for this one, we're going to go to stroke. And you see how, okay, perfect. It makes this little thin white line around the letters. So easy. The way you change the colors, you just click on stroke again. You can change the size. Here's the color option. I am going to leave it white, I think. I don't know. Do I want the letters white? Okay. But you can change the size. You can change whether it's inside or outside. I think I might like outside better. And then center. I think I want on the outside. I don't know what color I want our letters, but I don't want them black. Okay, so if I do, I didn't think this part out. If I do it orange and then add the stroke the same way, and it'll have the same stroke options as the other one did already. Okay, I like that, but let's see if we contour it. It's too hard. Okay, so the bevel and emboss just makes it look like it's popping out of the design. See how it gives it like a bevel edge. I don't want that. I just wanted to show what that one does. Let's do a drop shadow, but change the distance. Just turn the distance down a little bit. And then I'm going to add it to Dunkin' as well. If you do this first, like if I would have did all of this on Dunkin', and then copied it, I wouldn't have to go through these steps twice. But since I didn't, I'm going to have to. Ooh, loving this one so far. Okay. I don't know where I'm going to put the words. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so that I can put the barcode. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is make the space for the barcode, and I want to make another rectangle. And you see how it already pops up with the gradient? That's because that's how I left it. What I'm going to do is go over here to fill. And then just choose a solid color. I'm going to do white. Just for now. And then I'm going to create a circle for where the logo would go. So I'm going to right click on my mouse, go to the ellipse tool, and then hold shift to make a circle that's the same size all around. Which is that right there. Okay, so we have the circle and the rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and like place them how I want them. And we do want the rectangle to be behind the circle. So I'm going to go over here in my layers and just drag the rectangle under the circle, and it moves it. I feel like that's enough space for a barcode. I want to add a stroke to both of these shapes. I think I want to do the inside a color, and then no, because the logo has to go. Maybe I won't do that. Let's erase the circle and put a stroke around the rectangle. So the stroke is going to be white. So I'm going to go right here under appearance, press stroke, and change it to white. Right here is where you can change the size of the stroke, but I'm going to do that after I fill it because I want you to be able to see what it does. So on fill, I think I want to do the gradient, but let's see what it looks like first. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same steps as earlier. Click there, color, and then just pick the colors and do the other side. Okay, so see right now it's blended in with the flyer, and you can see the stroke just a little bit, but I'm gonna come right here under stroke and change the pixels that way. You see how the border gets thicker, and do it like that. 10.14. I don't want it over my donut though. I think I'm gonna move the donut down just a little bit. Okay, Dunkin' on Us, and then the barcode would be over that part right there. So I'm going to type, place your label, your barcode here, and I'm just going to do it in a basic font. And center it. I'm gonna go up here and press center. And why is this bold? We don't want it bold. Okay, so basically you could leave it like this, but we want to try to give some instructions, I guess. So we can put head to your nearest, no, head to your favorite Dunkin' for a treat on us. Head to your okay, and then I'm just gonna move it over. See, this one is a lot more simpler than the Starbucks one that I did, but I think it's giving. Okay, and then over here we want to put, I really don't want to put anything over here. So what I'm going to do is move the donut again and then rotate it to where the bite mark is up. Kind of like that. Just gonna click on these two and resize them. Okay, let's center them on the flyer. Center this again. And I'm going to make this bigger. And center it as well. Okay, so this is just a cute little... Alright, so I just went and grabbed a barcode from Canva, and I'm going to add that. I should have made it white, but I can change it to white. Alright, so right here, I'm just going to turn off the place your barcode text. And then we're going to click on the barcode and go into those settings. Okay. So, I don't know where to put it. We're on the barcode now. And what I'm going to do is click color overlay. And you see how it turned red? I'm just going to make it white. Just because I want the barcode to be white, no specific reason. And center it. And look at us. We done made a cute flyer. Okay. I like this one. But alright, y'all, that is all for this video. This is just a way to get us started with using Photoshop. I do have more Photoshop tutorials coming, but if you do have a specific Photoshop video that you would like to see, please be sure to fill out the video idea form in the description. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. And drop them drawers, I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real?